As a kid, I was not a typical Asian. Being dark-skinned, I grew up feeling different, insecure, and introverted. Just recently, I have learned that I have lupus, a systemic autoimmune disease that occurs when my body's immune system attacks my own tissues and organs. My skin was dark to the point where I never thought that I would even get a chance to be as white as my friends and family. It was making me feel insecure. I was not the friendly type. Always at home, playing on my phone, not socializing, isolating myself, which is why my friendships were all very trivial. They were meaningless. At that time, my mom has been telling me to stop with my habits and go out to the world, explore, and discover many new things. I didn't feel the need to, but everything changed when I started high school. Things became difficult, and for my own sake, I had to adjust, leave my comfort zone, and socialize. I had to make friends and join an organization with many strangers. Well, at first they were strangers. This particular organization was very lively, always had outings, not really the summer outings you are expecting. These were the kind that members have to go to different parts of the region to do many related activities. It was fine at first, but then my health started plummeting. It was in the middle of April when I started having a fever. I thought it was an ordinary fever, but I was wrong. I tend to be rather chubby, but that changed after a week of high fever and loss of appetite. My mother brought me to the hospital after finding out that my blood platelets were below normal. The doctor diagnosed it as a mosquito bite infection. I didn't worry much because I've been hospitalized before twice for the same diagnosis. I thought it would pass, but I was wrong. After a week of being discharged, my fever came back. It was weird because I would feel fine in the morning, but every early morning I would get a really high fever and my body would shake. It went on for days. It was hard. Sometimes the fever would bother me all day. I couldn't eat because my mouth was full of canker sores. I turned skinny. Once again, my parents took me to the hospital in the month of May. This time, it was more serious. I had a fever the whole time. They had to give me different medications and injections. I had to take different tests because the doctors didn't know what it was. At some point, I just broke down in the middle of the night because I felt it was too much. Seeing my mother cry along with me, I thought I had to be strong because others had it much worse. I fought hard and awaited the test results. At first, it was only pneumonia, then kidney infections, then they even thought I had leukemia. The symptoms were similar, but no. I had what they called lupus. I couldn't believe it. They explained that this was also the reason why I was so dark as a kid. It was because lupus caused photosensitivity. I had some symptoms, so one doctor recommended the specific test which would determine whether he was right. I had to wait a week after getting discharged to find the results, and it was indeed lupus. At the time, my medications were a whole bunch. It was sickening. Parts of my body were super itchy, and it was already infected, so they gave me a certain antibiotic. Then, as a side effect, I started getting all dizzy. All the time. Every day. I couldn't open my eyes, get up from bed. It was worse than what I felt last May. I started growing rashes all over, especially the butterfly rash that was a symptom of lupus. It was active again. I thought this would never end. I couldn't get out and do my usual stuff. I wasn't the old, dark, chubby girl anymore. I became white and skinny. It was scary. I was tired of seeing the hospital, the needles, all of it. I wanted to see my friends badly, but were they even my friends? Not once did anybody ask how I was doing. Only a few of my neighbors, relatives, and 2 cousins visited. All the more, I felt thankful for my family. They were everything I had to keep myself strong. I started questioning if everything I did in the past year was worth it. The friends, the organization, because all it did was give me this illness I never asked for. But hey, at least now everything is fine. Lupus will accompany me indefinitely, but as long as I stay positive and obedient, it won't come out. The difference now is I may not be going out of the house again because the sun is literally my enemy. At least I have my family with me. They give me comfort and positive vibes. Some general information about lupus. Causes for lupus are still unclear. There are no two cases of lupus exactly alike. The signs and symptoms depend on which body systems are affected by the disease. Some of the symptoms may include regular joint stiffness, skin rashes, fatigue, sensitivity to light, dry eyes, weight loss, and fever. If you're concerned, there's a great deal of helpful information available about treating and managing lupus online.